Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, at the Dag van de Tuinbouw 2023. We are right now here in the World Horti Center, a beautiful location where the whole horticultural sector comes together for innovations and other things. And this year's Dag van de Tuinbouw is all about the new perspective to bring new hopes and new plans and ideas for the future of horticulture. So right now I am here with Louis. Louis is director of Red Horticulture. Welcome, and it's very nice to have you here during the Dag van de Tuinbouw.
Goedemorgen, Romy.
Goedemorgen. Oh, you're learning to speak a little bit of Dutch because, Louis, maybe you want to start with introducing yourself and also Red Horticulture.
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Louis. I'm the CEO of Red Horticulture. Red Horticulture is what we like to say a knowledge company around the impact of light on plants and living things within the greenhouse. So the solution we provide is in fact dynamic LED lighting for greenhouse horticulture. Some you can see either behind me during the video, or also you could see throughout the World Horti Center we have a couple of our products. And these lights, we in fact control them specifically for the objectives of what the greenhouses growers are looking for on their crops. Say we have light strategies for having better tasting strawberries, raising yields in tomato or cucumber, having work on architecture for cut flowers, chrysanthemums, but also speed up crop cycles on young plants. So this is basically what we do at Red. We're a French company originally, but also based in the Netherlands for now quite some time, and also based in the World Horti Center. So feel free to reach out.
Okay, so Louis, the company now exists for a couple of years, since 2018, you told me, in France. Can you tell me a little bit about why the company was founded?
Yeah, so we founded the company with Yassine, a friend of mine. We founded it in Lyon, France. And basically what we saw is that, first of all, we're two very passionate people about plants and also very passionate about engineering. And when we visited for the first time a greenhouse, we were really impressed on the technology that was inside a greenhouse. And we took a look around and we saw that we had climate computers, sensors, fertilization components, and it was a very high-tech environment. But when we had a look at the lighting that the growers were using. In fact, we saw HPS 6 years ago, and some were already transitioning towards LED. But unfortunately, the technology that was being implemented inside the greenhouse as LEDs were very much HPSs, but just more efficient. And when we looked at what was happening inside the greenhouse, where flexibility is really key in giving just the right amount of energy or fertilization or anything to the crops to lower the demand on the greenhouse, well, we said we need to put this inside lighting. And we need to make lighting smarter. We need to make lighting more automatized and lighting more close to what the crops are needed. And so that's how Red came to be. And we've been producing, manufacturing, and selling our solutions, which is dynamic lighting, since the beginning of the company. And we never did any fixed equipment. So we're very happy about that.
I can imagine, because I know that you feel quite strongly about not just being a lighting company, but really the knowledge partner. Do you feel that that's generally a different approach to what the other, lighting companies are doing in the market right now?
Yeah, I believe that is really a vision that's very strong within the company and what we defend and what we believe in. What we see is that the LED landscape is in fact, we're reaching a certain threshold in terms of efficiency. There is a theoretical maximum on different colors of efficiency, and now we're very much close to this theoretical maximum. So the efficiency that was raising 10 to 15% every year 5 years ago, well, we don't see that anymore in the industry, and it's not anymore possible to buy higher efficient lighting, but what we should focus on is, well, how do we control the light better? how do we control it better in order to reduce energy consumption, guarantee the same yields or guarantee the same qualities, or even raise these qualities and raise these yields. Because what makes a greenhouse profitable is basically how much you're producing for how much you're consuming. And you should be more looking at this KPI than looking at a KPI such as how much micromoles am I going to send on the plant.
Yeah, because well, every year with the Dag van de Tuinbouw, we zoom in a little bit also into the growers and the current status of horticulture. So I'm very interested to see, what do you feel like in the last year or last couple of months are the biggest challenges for growers?
Yeah, well, we've seen a high adoption of LED technology amongst growers, especially on big surface area. This is mainly due to high energy prices. And we've seen also a couple of downfalls. I think a lot of the industry was pressed to reduce its energy consumption. Unfortunately, the results on a plant level was not those who were expected. And we understand that now the industry is looking for answers concerning which light spectrum is good for my crop. In fact, is there a fixed light spectrum that is good for my crop? And I think this is a big question that the industry and the challenges of the lighting sector is going to answer. And well, we've been looking at this for now 6 years, investing a lot of our energy, investing most of our money also inside, and we'll come to talk about the park. But we've seen that there is no fixed light strategy that works for everything. And that's a challenge that we need to pick up as a lighting company, as a photobiology company, and that's how we help our growers.
So if you say there's no fixed lighting strategy, does this mean that you have to look with each grower individually into what works best, or you can do it on like a crop level? Like, how do you see that?
Well, in fact, every crop will go through different stages of development. Take for example, a tomato crop. You put it inside the greenhouse. You have first rooting phase, then creating vegetative, generative. If you take a young plant, there is, in the 8 weeks of production of a young plant, so many different stages of development that is going through the crop, that you understand that you're not going to bring the same quality of light for it to grow appropriately. Maybe to make a small parallel, and if we take fertilization, for example, well, before we like to put a lot of fertilization and the crop could use whatever it can find inside the fertilization recipe. And in order to make it more efficient, now growers tend to focalize on the fertilization parts where the plant should be absorbing the most. And this is really the parallel on how we see lighting, and also with outside environment changes, like lighting, being able to dim it conveniently with different colors. But also economical factors. Price of electricity is not the same all the time, and it's fluctuating. So you need to adapt this also, and all of that makes us see that something that is completely fixed is not the ideal answer. And what you need to really look at is how can the flexibility of an equipment can bring you more profitability inside your greenhouse.
Okay, yeah. So maybe you want to share a little bit about how Red Horticulture is gathering this knowledge, because there is a whole research facility, right? What kind of trials are done there?
Yeah, so we work with different partners before talking about our research facility per se. We've been working extensively with partners in France and in the Netherlands. Here at World Horti Center, we've worked a lot with the Lente School, with Hortitech, the team at Hortitech. We've worked with Delphi, and now we have other collaborations that will be settling in 2023-2024 season. But the strategies that we deploy on these different knowledge centers are strategies that we've researched at our own location, which is called the Park. Park is based in Nantes, which is the Atlantic side of France. It's a research center where we perform tests on light strategies and the development of crops. We can do, for example, more than 18 different light strategies in the same compartment. So it allows us to test a lot of things in a very short amount of time. And we use this knowledge and then adapt it to the greenhouse to have the highest performance strategies directly usable for the growers. And the last thing that I would like to add about the process and the innovation process that we have behind our vision is that tomorrow, even though we invent a new light strategy, the growers that are equipped today with our system can use it the next day. The lights that we have inside the greenhouse, since they are flexible, well, you can use the light strategies that was developed specifically for their crop the next day that we put it online inside our system.
Okay. So a lot of benefits for the growers and for the speed of the process also. So if we look to generally and zoom out a little bit again, generally to the current status of horticulture and what growers are doing, what are your hopes and your ambitions from your perspective?
Well, I see a transition of the lighting sector going to more and more controllable lighting. I see that 5 years ago we were talking about 95% red, 5% blue spectrum works for all crops. Tested on cucumber, doesn't work. Then add a bit of more white for comfort of the eyes. Oh, dimming comes in. Now we're talking about far red, which is not included in the PAR spectrum and the calculation of efficacy of a lighting, but it still gives very good results. And now we're talking about dynamic far red. Well, I think give it a bit more time and we'll arrive at a fully dynamic lighting. That's my opinion. And I think that's a great thing because we've been showing and telling the industry since red started that going dynamic is the only way to be able to get out all the added value that you have inside the greenhouse.
Yeah. So is there anything else that we missed that you feel that you really want to say today, either to the industry or to the grower or anything like that?
Well, anything to say? Well, come if you have any projects in mind, or if you want to build any collaborations. We're a fast-growing company. We're very much ambitious in the way we want to approach the market and develop on the markets, and we're willing to start any collaboration that goes inside the flexibility and putting back the protagonist in the center of the greenhouse, which is the plant. And so building really this type of collaborations.
What kind of collaborations specifically would you be open for?
Anything like scientific collaborations, it can be business collaborations. We're assembling also a big team. We're assembling also a big team in the Netherlands. So we're looking for a couple of people within to join our team. So a lot of exciting news also to come on our end.
Okay, and right now we are here at the booth of Red Horticulture in the World Horti Center. Can people just walk in and have a conversation? Is there someone over here most of the days, or?
Yeah, so right now we're sitting where Alex Hogervorst, who's our support photobiologist, will be sitting at the day. So please feel free to come and visit him and ask him all the lighting questions that you're looking for. We also have our system running inside some of the compartments next to us. So feel free to come.
Okay, and if people want more information, is there a website, Red Horticulture? Is it as easy as that?
Yeah, so horticulture.red. This is how you'll find us. So horticulture.red, and reach out.
Okay, thank you so much, Louis from Red Horticulture. This is de Dag van de Tuinbouw 2023. Thank you so much for being here, and stay tuned for also the next conversations we're going to be. Thank you so much, Louis, and have a great day.
Thank you very much.